Hello everyone and welcome to another video, my latest one. This one's just catching up on everything that's happened for the last week, starting with the Newcastle game and finishing obviously with the game in the Europa League on Thursday, which was against Olympiacos away. So let's start with Newcastle then. So 4-0 win, really good result at home. Or was it? I think it was. We didn't play brilliantly again in for large patches of the game, and that was another trend that followed on again on Thursday in the Europa League. But it's still relatively early days for Mikel Arteta as a manager and as a manager of Arsenal. And the guy's getting used to his style of play and what he wants. But you can see definite green shoots. It's the first time last weekend it was the first time against Newcastle that the four guys at front had scored. Ozil, Pepe, Lacazette and Aubameyang all scored. Alright, they were late on, but they've still got to get into those positions. You've still got to get there. You've still got to score the goals. And yes, I mean, a couple of the goals against Newcastle were lucky in terms of the goalkeeper wasn't brilliant. Mesut Ozil's finish wasn't the best finish, but the ball went in the back of the net, and you can't ask for more than that. And sometimes, like with Lacazette's goal against Newcastle, he went to swing it with his right foot and it hit and bounced off the inside of his left ankle and flew into the goal. These are the sort of things that you need as a striker that will just break the duck. It's what I've said before about sometimes when you're trying too hard and you're focusing on it too much, the goal won't come. It needs that one where it just comes off your backside or off the inside of your heel, goes in, and suddenly the release and the pressure and everything is gone, and you can focus on being a footballer again, and you know where the goal is and it's going to come, and you just know that it sort of takes it off your mind that this is going to be one of those things where it's like it's a release for you. You don't have to try as hard. The goal will go in. You don't have to worry about how long it's been since you last scored. You've scored. It's over. It's done with. And that's what the whole of the Newcastle game felt like for me. It felt like we'd scored a load of goals for the first time in a long time. It's our biggest win of the season. When we did play well, we played really well, and it was just little turning points, right? And for those of us that are old enough to remember, this is sort of, for me, it's got a feeling of the George Graham-esque era about it. The beginning of the George Graham, it's about knuckling down, it's about making the defence harder to beat, and then the flair will come. You can add your Anders Limpars, your Paul Mercers, everyone else. That's what Georgie Graham did. Brought the kids through, got a solid base of players that really wanted to play for Arsenal and would believe in him as a manager because they were his players, and he brought them through, and he engendered that with it. And that's what Mikel Arteta is starting to do now. You look at, let's jump forward to the Olympiacos game, an away game in Europe. The Olympiacos were in the Champions League. We haven't been there for a while, so we can't consider ourselves a Champions League club, even though we were there for how many years straight under Arsene Wenger. But you've got Bernardo in goal, okay? But you've got Mustafi and Luiz at centre halves. No one would pick those two at centre half ever, really, to keep a clean sheet away from home. You've got Bukayo Saka at full back. He's not a full back. He's not even a wing back. He is an actual winger, right? And he could be. I'm not saying he's as good as, but he could be our Trent Alexander-Arnold. He could be the player that is getting forward from defence and creating goals like he did against Newcastle. If you've got that in your locker, amazing. And who's really trusted him? Who's really bringing him through properly? Mikel Arteta. You've got Guendouzi, who fell out of Arteta but has been put back in the side as if to say, I'm the boss, you're going to do what I do and what I say. And I've said many times on videos that Guendouzi is one of the few players that's gone down in his rating, in my opinion, since Arteta come in. He's one of the ones that hasn't progressed like he should have done, like the others have. But he's obviously going to knuckle down and do his thing. And you've got Willock in there, you've got Martinelli. You've got players that are coming through, young players that he's finally trusted in big games. I mean, all right, Mesut Ozil didn't go because of the birth of his child, but he trusted Willock. He didn't trust Danny Ceballos from the start. He didn't trust someone else. He trusted Joe Willock. Go out there and play for me. Do you know what, boss? I will. Appreciate that. Brilliant. Let's take this chance and let's nail it. And you've got players that are willing to work now as well. Aubameyang, he's putting a shift in on the left-hand side. That's not where he wants to be, and you know, who knows? He'll probably go in summer, and if he does, well, we've got a couple of years out of him. And good luck to him. But we know that he's putting a shift in now that he probably wouldn't have done under Emery. And that's a bad thing as well as a good thing, because he should have done it under Emery. But maybe there's part of it that he didn't understand or he didn't want to understand. You know, we'll never really know. But the Olympiacos game for me was a big thing. It was a big deal. Because of those reasons, because it was an away game, we kept a clean sheet again. You know, we've only lost once in Mikel Arteta's short period in charge, and yes, there's been a lot of draws in there, but you know, at least they're not losses, and we would be getting losses. And yeah, we got lucky. We got lucky against Olympiacos. Like I say, Mustafi is still a mistake away from an own goal or a sending off or a sliding tackle or whatever, but they're getting less and less. It really is, and you can see that the team are working hard for each other now, and they understand that to get where they need to be able to attack, they need to defend first. And the bit that's missing for me under Mikel Arteta is the transition. We're just not quick enough in the transition from defence to attack, but that will come. That will come, and when he gets a more settled side, and when he gets, you know, fullbacks and wingers that are supposed to be where they're supposed to be, when they're back in the side, that'll all be different as well. But we are where we are. The league is a weird, funny old league this season anyway. Who knows, we could go on a run now of wins and pick up a few points and away we go. But you know, maybe a complete year away from Europe, if we don't win the Europa League, maybe a complete year away would help us out in the way that it helped Leicester and Chelsea out. Who knows? But yeah, again, short video this time because there isn't a great deal to say that hasn't already been said. I just wanted to reiterate what I can see happening as a team from afar, and the fact that you'll always have moaners and groaners in it. You know, that's what sells now, I suppose, for want of a better phrase. But I think most genuine Gooners can see that there is, and there are green shoots appearing, and that there are reasons to be cheerful. Maybe not happy, maybe not ecstatic, but we can be cheerful. We're not losing games. We're not getting massacred. We're not making idiots of ourselves on the pitch anymore. Until the next game. Who knows? It's football. Anything can happen. David Luiz could smash a clearance. It could ricochet off Mustafi's head and go loop over and straight into Bernd Leno's head. Even the best defenders in the world have been capable of weird stuff. Dicko scoring from just inside his own half against David Seaman against Coventry. Do you know what I mean? It happens. It's football. But let's enjoy the good things and try and laugh at the bad things. Been great chatting to you again. Have a good day. Enjoy the football this weekend, and we'll speak to you again next weekend. Cheers.